Hey everyone, welcome to my Far Cry 1 walkthrough. This is my first ever walkthrough series. This is played on the realistic difficulty setting on the original DVD release from 2004, played on original hardware. And yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to play this game. I'm going to try and give you guys some hints and tips and things that helped me play it. It's a collection of tricks that I've learned from other people. But the one thing that I noticed is that some of the walkthroughs were really quite quick, and this is a game that seems to benefit from moving slowly, being smart and strategic. And yeah, it's quite a lot of fun. Gives a lot of Half-Life 1 vibes in the way you can pick enemies off, and the way camouflage works and things like that. Okay, so we're just going to learn the controls here. It's pretty standard stuff. Left and right arrow keys. I've mapped mine to WASD, of course. Control, left control for crouch, space for jump. What else? V allows you to lie down flat. So yeah, we've got our health indicator here on the... Oops. There we go. Got our health indicator here on the right. We've got our blue stamina bar at the bottom. That is not infinite, so use it wisely. On the left, we've got our enemy detection gauge as well as our compass. Love the visuals of this game, so pretty. So the indicator on the left will go up as enemies detect us. Also, ladders, I like to crouch using the left, control key, and then go down them slowly, like in Half-Life, just because you'll fall off very easily. And Q and E are our peek out keys, which you can use to peek out behind objects.
Listen, dirtbag! Keep an eye out for some punk in a red Hawaiian shirt. If you see him, call me at once. Am I understood?
Yes, sir!
I'm heading out!
Okay, before I go through here, because I've missed the opportunity a few times now, when we carry on and we meet our first character, which is just over down that hallway, you want to grab all the items as quickly as possible, head to the right to the wharf, because we want to try and blow up 2 enemies at once. If I stop to explain what's happening, I missed that cue, and it just makes the mission a little bit easier if you can take out 2 of the 4 guys. So we're going to sneak past this guy on our left using control, staying close to the wall, and we're going to just go through like this. The stamina bar also acts as your oxygen. So we're going to move pretty quickly here. We're going to talk to our first character who's going to help us through the game.
Hello? Are you there? Pick up the radio if you can hear this. I know you're there. I've been tracking you since you and Val arrived.
Who are you?
I'm the guy who's going to tell you how to survive. Call me Doyle.
How do I know I can trust you?
Well, for starters, how about the fact that I haven't turned you in? That radio has a bioreader. Since I know you're there, I could have ratted you out already.
Good point. Keep talking.
Listen, you need to get out of there and quickly. I'll help you as much as possible, but you don't have much time. There's an exit that will lead to a small camp. Be careful as you go. This area is crawling with mercenaries.
Okay,
By the way,
be quick.
name's Jack Carver.
Alright, I'm going to grab the gun. I'm going to grab the items. I'm going to grab the grenade that's up here on the left on this table. I'm also going to reload my gun, always reload. We're going to grab some armor, head out, and we're going to stick to the right hand side. I wouldn't sprint, so I was a little bit slow and missed the cue, but this guy here is the one we wanted to kill, but just below that guy up here on the right. And hopefully... Okay, he got away from me, so they often go around on the left here. So if you stay hidden in the bush, Often enemies won't see you. Alright, got him. So there's only 2 more enemies. Okay. And the 4th guy is out here. Sometimes he comes out, sometimes he doesn't. If he doesn't, that means we have to go over there. So to do that, I did miss my cue for getting that guy on the wharf. He was the guy carrying that box over to the left. If you're fast enough, sometimes you can get down there and get him. And then that takes out 2 of the 4 guys with that explosive. So I'm going to stay crouched as I approach this hut. I'm going to go around to the front door but stay close to the wall, to the door, and he should just hopefully come through. Like that. Okay, so all of these enemies are dead. We're going to collect all the weapons. What I like to do is grab this machine gun on the dock first, because that will fill slot 2, which we've got here. And then of course going around and making sure you grab all the ammo. The only problem with this game I've noticed is it's sometimes the bodies despawn. Here's a melee weapon in slot 3. So it gets really hard to find ammunition that's been left around. You have to sort of go hunting for it. So in the hut behind the pig pen is some pistol ammo and health on both sides. And then lastly, I don't believe there's anything left in here except well, there will be some ammo as well as health.
Jack,
So here
I've been
we
able to
go.
tie your compass
Another
in with the
grenade.
transceiver. This means that now I can supply you with a bearings marker. It should give you a rough idea of where to go at least.
Cool. Got everything from this area, so we're going to make our way up to this hut. Always make sure your weapons are reloaded. Going to get some binoculars here on the left to scope out this army base.
Use your binoculars to survey the surroundings. Notice that they have a sound enhancer and movement tracker. Dr. Krieger has fitted everyone on the island with locator signals that you can track using the binocs.
Alright, so here is the easiest way I deal with this, and I've seen this on a few walkthroughs. So we want to take out, first of all, this guy in the guard tower here. That will hopefully alert 3 other guys to come to us, which means we can pick them off. Making our way here on the left. Fun graphics glitches. So as long as you're in cover, bush cover, you're generally pretty safe. Enemies won't really detect you. And they can get really close to you as well. And then what I do is I sprint over to this left-hand side island.
You should try to acquire one of their vehicles and drive to the helicopter refueling pad. It's on the other side of the island. From there, you can use one of their boats to escape.
And then what I like to do, as long as you're in vegetation like this, enemies won't generally detect you. So this guy here, he should hopefully go left, or he will stay put. I'm going to turn my machine gun into single fire mode, which makes it more stable to fire, and hopefully we can headshot this guy. But it's very, very difficult. Just take your time, line up where you can. Okay, we got him. So you see on my map there are 3 enemies in orange, 1 on the right which is always alerted. That's what we want, which means these guys here are coming for us. Definitely use your binoculars where you can, because they will highlight, if you can't see enemies, they'll be highlighted like this. You can identify where they're coming. So we've got to get these guys to come quite close. They can get very, very close to me before they detect me, allowing me to kill them more easily, ideally with a headshot. I find sometimes the pistol weapon isn't the most accurate. I definitely prefer the machine gun, but for the first 3 guys I like to just, you know, try and get them over.
But I got...
Okay, sometimes one guy does get stuck over there, so you can see he is stuck. So what you can do, once again, make sure the machine gun is in single fire mode. We can kind of creep over to this bush on the left, which is where I like to go anyway. Make sure to grab all this ammo. Okay, we're going to crouch. A helicopter's going to spawn. We're going to let that pass over.
Take care. The mercenaries are trained to work together. Yet
And
you
I
will
like
hurt
to go to
one,
the
they
second
will
bush
win others.
and hide in between these 2 trees. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to blow up this LPG can on the left. That will alert a couple of guys over there. And one from this army base tent here. And hopefully this other guy here will come out of where he's hiding. Okay, he's gone. Keep an eye on that left hand side because someone will come through that door eventually, and you want to try and mark them if you can so you can keep tabs on where he's coming. So there's the door there, but you got to be careful because you want to be able to check on the right side as well. So we're going to take care of those guys. And then here he is on the left, so that's those 3 guys. Sometimes this 4th guy won't come out. If he does, that's great, because there's often 2 that get stuck in this base unit here. And I've found if he doesn't come out, I go around this right side and around, and eventually he'll come out this front door over to sort of where I am roughly in this area. So we're going to uncrouch, use our binoculars, make sure there's no one else coming out. And we're going to actually just double check that everyone's evacuated minus the 1 guard that's in there. And there's a good method I've found to getting rid of him. So I'm just going to just sneak around just like this, just to make sure. There's one thing with this game is it rewards slowness and careful planning as much as you can, really. Okay, I'd say we are good. So what I often do is there's a guy that's just behind this wall here on the right side of the door when you enter in, so I like to make sure the machine gun is on not single fire, multi-fire, and you can just pretty much bulldoze him, run in, blast him, grab his key card. So we're going to give that a try. It's often the easiest way I've found to get in there and take care of him.
You see something? Get that guy!
Alright, so we got him. If there was that 4th guy that came outside, he's often in this part. It's really hard to get him. He sees you very easily through these windows. So if you can coax him out, as I said, by going around the back, he'll come out this side. Grabbed our key card off the bench here. So there's only one more thing to do before we carry on around this area, and I want to go and take care of the other guard in the control tower. So to do that, I'm going to head in between here, through the bush, all the way up, and you want to use trees as your cover, like this, stay crouched, turn it into single fire mode on the machine gun. And because he can't see us, we get time to line up our shot. Just like this. And you want to try and headshot him if you can. Okay, there we go. So he's taken care of. In future levels we'll get sniper rifles, which are really handy. But we don't have any enemies equipped with those yet. But this gives us a good vantage, especially of what's coming up. So we're going to take his machine gun. Okay, so we're going to head into this barrack here. That's going to have some ammo in it. There's also 2 more guys down here. They are patrolling this bush area. On the right, when we go around, we've got another 2 guys here. What I often find easier to do is trigger their script where they hop in their vehicle, because once they're in their vehicle it's easier to keep track of them. There's also a 3rd guy that we can't see that's hiding around there. Further down the beach on the right we have 2 more guards here, as well as a 3rd one inside of the barracks. So I've got a method for them. So now everyone's sort of marked roughly on our map, minus that other guy. Sometimes you can tag him if you wait long enough. He does have a routine where he goes backwards and forwards. Can be kind of hard to get them though. No matter. So once again, crouching, going slowly, tapping the forwards button until the mechanism for going down the ladder activates. If you go too fast, you just run straight off, take damage. Typical like Half-Life. So I can actually do a little bit of sprinting here. It's a shame that it doesn't last very long. I'm going to go up here, I'm going to grab this guard's weapon. It's another machine gun. Sniper towers like this are really good to get sniper rifles in future levels, so make sure you go up and get them. Okay. Now if you've got the enemy count right, there shouldn't be anyone left in these barracks, but sometimes if you forget or miscount, there will be one guy in here somewhere. He's either in this one or the next one. So I like to make sure my machine gun's ready. There's armor here, as well as health. You can have a wee peek through the window just to make sure no one's hiding. More armor here. This is what we came in here for. This is what the key card is for. I've pressed F, which is my action key. Another grenade. Grenades, as I said, are a bit of a mixed bag. Okay, so hopefully we can take 3 guys out, but normally there's 2. So what I like to do is go to the left-hand side vegetation and sort of camp and mark them on my radar, and hopefully we'll take these guys out. So sneak around here like this. I often find I like to crouch in between sort of one of these trees like this. Okay, so there's 2 guys there. There's 3. So what you can do is you can come around like this. This is actually a pretty decent spot. I'm going to just do one shot like that. Now they're all amber. And I want them to come for me, basically. Once again, you can use your binoculars, see who's moving. Okay, so we've got 3 guys alerted, which is great. Okay, and we just got 1 more. Okay, taking my weapon off multi-shot, going for single. Okay, he's gone. Cool, grab their ammo. As I said, the closer we get to this area, you'll hear a car start. Okay, when you see that save, that often triggers the two guys in that vehicle. So they're hopefully in the vehicle, which makes it easier. So I'm going to backtrack and go around the hill, which is a little tedious, but I find it's a little bit easier just to take them out. It also reduces the risk of alerting the other guys down further on the beach. So we're going to come up this hillside. I'm going to sort of crouch soon. There'll be another couple of bushes here. You want to sort of hide behind these. We're going to sneak along. They should be in there. Okay, so the guy you want to take out first is the one that's manning the machine gun. Normally what happens when you take out the driver's primary gunner, the driver will get out and you can take care of him a little bit easier. Okay, so didn't go very well, but that's okay. So he's out of the vehicle and he's hiding, so hopefully we can kind of sneak around here and get him. Okay, so... oh, he almost saw me. So he's not quite dead yet, but he's getting there.
Where is he?
Okay, just gotta work at him just a little bit. No, not yet. Not the greatest shot. Eventually he'll pop up. You can go around as well. Because I'm such a bad shot, I've kind of missed my opportunity here, which means I might find it easier if we go around, so let's do that. Since he's on the mini-map, we can keep track of him. He hasn't got anywhere to go, so we can kind of just go around. This is also where that third guy is, that was further back. If you didn't get him, he'll be hiding along here and towards the right against that hillside where I was. If you stay crouched, often they won't hear you. Okay, he's done. Now, the guys down there are alerted a bit, so we're going to just sort of sprint over here. I'm going to just blow
I think they may be keeping Val in
them
the old
up.
carrier refueling station.
So I've
You're
used
going to have
X to
check it out
change
up
my
close, I'm afraid.
weapon choice.
Yes, the Japanese Navy leased one of their light carriers on this island.
The third guy in the hut seems to have been alerted.
This whole deal is strange.
You don't know the half of it. Just be
The only
careful.
problem with using these weapons is they're not accurate. So what I'm going to do is crouch and hide. I'm going to mark this guy on the map because I've alerted him, and we're going to try and get him to come just a little bit closer. Just because the car is not accurate and it does take a bit of control to be able to shoot them from afar. Okay, so he's hidden, so what I'm going to do is just move a little bit closer using the vegetation as cover. So he's going orange, which means he's detecting me. I'm going to take my gun and put it into automatic mode. Okay, this is why I use the binoculars. Okay, so he's coming around, so hopefully we'll headshot him. Okay, he's done. Cool. That's exactly what we're after. I'll pick up all these weapons. Normally that third guy, if you're quick enough, will stay in this hut here, so when you blow this up in the vehicle, he'll die from the explosion. There's also more weapons. So this area coming up is the hardest part of the whole introduction level, and it's unusually difficult for an introduction level. So there's like 3-4 different waves of enemies plus a boat that shoots rocket launchers at you, and that boat, if you're blasting through, you can kind of just go as quickly as possible. You can avoid them, but it's really quite difficult. So in order to get all the enemies, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the stealth method. So I'm going to get out my binoculars and crouch. Mark these guys up here on the map, so these are our first 2 guys. You can get pretty close. Okay. If you're a good shot, you should be able to get both of these guys pretty easily. Okay, so those 2 guys are dead. Now on the right, we're not going to go any further up, but on the right there's 2 guys in a vehicle patrolling the beach. We want to take care of them. I don't believe they have any weapons on board of that vehicle. But what I'd like to do is go to the right of this rock and use it as cover. They are on sort of like a set course, unless they get stuck on a tree, which I've seen happen from time to time. So I like to use this bush here on the right. Let's see if they come over. If not, we can go around on the left. Sometimes I like to try and find them and mark them with my binoculars so you can keep tabs on where they are. Okay, there they are there. So let's just go back here, keep an eye on their route. With any luck, they'll come closer. If not, we'll just hide behind a bush and take them out, which might be the case. When you reload your saved games, the course that they're on is already set. When you do a new reload, sometimes I've noticed enemies have different set routines and paths. Okay, so those guys are doing that sort of patrol over there. So let's go around and see if we can take care of them. I like to try and get in some sort of vegetation quickly. So we know they're going to come through here. So what I like to do is we'll just sit and wait. I'm going to turn my machine gun onto automatic fire. Just just to see if I can get some of them quickly. If one person dies, I believe both of them will get out of the vehicle. Okay, so those two guys are done. They only really pose a threat if they get out of the vehicle, because then they'll just shoot you. So there's another 2 or 3 guys up here.
Man, it's
Mark them on the map there. Basically how I like to deal with them is stick to the left hand side in the vegetation. The sneak section is very important to stay hidden where you can, move slowly. It's awfully difficult. Okay, so you can hear the music kind of ramped up, and that is because there's a boat patrolling the sea on our right. If he sees you, he'll shoot rocket launchers at you. They basically insta-kill you. So when we take out these guys here, there's 2 here. There's also, I believe, another 2 or 3 guys over here that will come over this hillside. So, let's see if we can do this. Single shot mode on the machine gun. Okay. You reload, get your binoculars out, hopefully mark some guys off on the map. Okay, here's one here. I'm going to take my gun and put it in automatic mode.
Flush him out!
Just going to be patient, let this guy hopefully come a little bit closer. Okay, now I can see him. Okay, he's dead. Okay. Now this guy over here, he will see you. He won't shoot you until you go onto the beach further down. So what I like to do is just double, triple check that no one's snuck past me. Pretty good. Now, what we need to do is we need to alert someone further down the beach. They're in a vehicle. There's 2 guys in a armored Humvee with a machine gun. Now I find it easier to go over to the edge here. Oops, sorry, alert them. Then hide in the shrub here on the left. While we do this, the boat, just be mindful of that boat. If he sees you, he'll shoot at you. You can often hide and crouch in here, reducing some of his visibility. So let's see how we go. I'm going to save my sprint until this vehicle down here starts to move. So he's coming over, so we're going to run back. We're going to hide. What I like to do is sort of go back here, hide and crouch. And we're going to wait. Okay, so I've marked them. This is very difficult. If you take care of the gunner, the driver will get out, improving your chances, but you've got to take care of that gunner first, and it's really hard to do. So he's behind this tree, so sometimes I find you can kind of get around and look. but you want to try and stay in cover. Maybe I can go a little bit closer here, let's see. Okay. Okay, so the driver's got out. So hopefully that means he's going to come over this way a little bit. When they stay, it's really hard. Okay, now the hardest part. We have to deal with the boat. The best chance with the boat is to get him to get beached down on the right where we started, where the guys in the buggy got out. If they get beached, the two guys will get out of the boat, which means you don't have to avoid their rocket launcher. So what I like to do is try and map them using your binoculars so you can keep track of them. It is risky though. We're going to give it a try. Okay, so they're coming around. So you just got to be careful. Oh, alright, there's a leaf. So they'll go back up and down. Just really wouldn't like them. Oh, they're there. Okay, so I have marked them on the mini-map. Now, we need to try and encourage them. Let's see how we go. There's no good method I've found for doing this except sort of, you know, like teasing them. If you can kind of... I want to try and get their boat. It is useful for an upcoming moment. Actually have to go forwards. Let's just sort of go here and just see if they'll come over our way. This is very risky. But if you can get them to go on their new route, they will come down here. They will get stuck. Means you don't have to hide and pick them off, because the trouble is the splash damage from the rockets is quite rough. But not having much luck here. If you can get them to kind of shoot at you and follow you, it's a bit easier, but it's easier said than done, as I said. See how we go. I did mark them on the mini-map. The only problem with being in a vehicle like this is, well, you get stuck on things, but also it's slow. Okay, we're gonna get out on foot. This is not advised, but Okay, shooting. As I said, you can entice them over. That helps. Just really need them to get down this side. It's just a lot easier if you can get them. More often than not, I've found by the time I've done all of this, they get themselves stuck by patrolling the beach. Let's see if they come over. This might not be the fastest method, but it's the one I've found that works the easiest. That way you can save the boat and take care of the two guys without being blown up. If I could just get them to show up on my mini-mat, entice them over. The beaches are very shallow, so if the boat gets stuck, they'll just bail. It's not going very well. As I said, I haven't found a set method for doing this. I think we might have to go old-fashioned. Yeah, that's... The problem with these guys, as soon as they see you slightly, they shoot. The splash damage is horrible. If I could just get them past down here. Sometimes they just come by themselves. This is very risky. Come on. Yeah, they're stuck in a holding pattern. I think what I'm going to have to do is the classic, just blow the hell out of them. It's a bit of a risk, Sometimes they don't come down there. Some cars is not good. Oh. That's close. Yeah, they're coming around on my left. Keep coming. Alright, we're gonna have to do real risk. Real risk. Okay, so this is the loop that they're stuck on. If they get stuck on a loop like this, you can kind of watch and learn. So what I want to do is when they come around on my right, I don't know how I survived that. Tree's taking the brunt of everything. Yeah, got me there. Unfortunately, there's no easy way to do this. You can peek out. Okay, so there's the two guys there taken care of. If you can't entice them down the beach like me, that's unfortunately the best next alternative. There is no nice way of dealing with those guys. So now I need to backtrack, I need ammo, I need health and armor, which I saved from this hut down here. Sorry, pigs. Cool. And I need some more ammo. So we're going to go back to the beach where those guys were. Using the car as a sort of like a marker. Cool. We are fully stocked. Okay, moving on. So the reason I wanted to save the boat is you needed to kind of get around to the backside of the island, but before we do that, we need to take care of a few guys over here first. Okay, so there's actually two guys up here. It's really hard to see, but they won't shoot you until you are down on the beach here. But there's two guys over here, and I believe there are another two down here patrolling the beach. So what I do is I hop in a vehicle, gonna go up to about here. He's gonna shoot. And we're gonna shoot the guy that was behind him. Okay, so those two guys are done. We're going to go to the left side using the trees as cover. And we do have 4 guys that we need to take out here. So we're going to get our binoculars out so we can find them. There's 2 at the front. Depending on the surveillance routine, the rear 2 will get stuck behind a plane. Try and go to this bush on the left.
Where is he?
Okay, he's taken care of. Hopefully now the next guy just comes out. I'm just going to spray him bullets because it's a little bit hard to see where he was going to pop out. Okay, I can hear the other 2. He's often on the left. They often patrol around this plane, if not down here. So it looks like it's the latter. So I'm going to stick to the right side vegetation. I think they're looking at this in this direction. Yeah. So they're coming back, so I'm just gonna wait. They do sometimes do that. Should be 2 guys, normally. They're on the ship. Oh, looks like I already got him. Okay. Cool. Alright. I do want to backtrack for some armor. Sometimes they do shoot in your random direction. Here's our boat. You can go up to the sniper's nest by going around the back of the hill. That's sprint. The thing I've learned playing this game, I've done about 2/3 of it so far, is you need to get armor at all costs. Sometimes it's few and far between, and just a little bit of backtracking sometimes goes a long way. Sometimes enemies will drop armor too. Actually, there may have been some up in that sniper's nest, but given it's only a short trip along the beach. Don't know why the music's gone all dramatic. Cool. I think I just triggered a cutscene, really. Cutscene music. Because I did this mostly on foot, I don't think it really happened. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to grab that boat, we're going to go around to the back of one of the islands. We need to take care of 2 more boaters initially, and then there'll be a 3rd one closer towards the end of this level. So the thing with boats, if you get them beached, do not turn left and right. When you get it back into the water, just go straight, because if you turn, they often get stuck. So, over here, there's going to be 2 guys on a boat that are going to get stuck. We're going to go around this island here, because if I go this way, it's too shallow. It's much easier to get stranded, and that's happened to me 3 times. Any luck, they'll already be there. If not, they'll be patrolling, so they're already there and they're already stuck. Now these guys have a pretty high sense of awareness. We need to keep this boat as well, so what I like to do is go to this part of the island. Kind of not push it up, but just rest it there, and generally it will stay. Okay, these guys are really hard to get taken care of sometimes, so what I like to do, trees are your friend. We need to get to this tree over here. Do you see instantly, as soon as I started ducking, they started to see me?
There he is!
If you stay behind this tree and poke your head out, like this, fire. Okay, one guy's down. See if he comes around. No. Okay. Cool, those 2 guys are down. So, the next easiest method for getting rid of the last 2 guys on the boat, last patrol boat, is I just like to blast around to the back of the shipwreck and use all the cover. And you'll see on the right as we come around to the back of the shipwreck, the boat will start to spawn in. So
All right, Doyle,
you'll
I've
see it
spotted the carrier.
saved.
Now tell me, how do I get in?
I've
There
only
they
been
are over
once,
there.
But I
So if
remember
you
there
can
was a hole
beat
in the
them,
side. You should be able to get in there.
I'm on my way.
what we're gonna do, just sneak along here. And we need to get to the bush. Before the boat gets there. And we're gonna crash. Okay, so there's only 2 guys on this boat. They're on a set path. What I like to do is when they go to the right is when I move and progress forward. There's about 4 or 3 other little jumps we need to make. There they are there. So you can get up, move forward, crouch. They'll come back here. This game is definitely a game of patience. Hopefully they won't get stuck, sometimes they do. The closer I can get forwards on the right side, the easier it is to take them out. Sometimes you can get cheeky, you can do 2 jumps. Okay, here's not too bad. In fact, I might actually go up 1 more. Cool. Got a pretty good view now. Okay, they're all taken out. These guys up here generally won't see you, so you can kind of go around here, and just like that, we are finished the first level of Far Cry.
Fire in the hole!
This is like a generic cutscene. And that's it. That's the best methods I've found so far, getting through the first training mission of Far Cry. Hope everyone enjoyed. And the next one, we're on the
Damn it!
ship.
I'm sealed in.
Make your way to the top of the carrier. You should be able to procure a boat from the upper deck. While you're in the carrier, see if you can spot any sign of Val. We need to know where they're taking her.
Alright, with that, I'm going to pause the game here. Thanks everyone for watching. Hope everyone enjoyed the first part of my walkthrough. That boat really put up a fight, but that's how it goes sometimes. This game is sometimes never the same each playthrough. Alrighty, I'll see you guys soon and catch you guys in the next level. Bye for now.